just going to sit here and do a one take today. I'm in the kitchen cutting up cauliflower a little smaller. I'm steaming it for my dad with some cheese on it. He likes it after it's been cooked and sat for a while, like in the fridge and reheated. He said it's so much better even the next day. So he just left. I mean, like, they just pull out of the driveway. His niece came and got him, and they're going up to see his sister where she lives up by Grand Rapids. So they got about an hour and 45-minute drive, and they're going to go visit her for a bit. Take her out, possibly to eat, maybe buy stuff, you know how that goes. And I've been filming some factor meals and my overnight oats. I didn't do oats last night because I knew I was going to get up and have a factor meal for lunch about 11 or 12. And right now it's a little after 10. I just had a little bit of fruit. I was cutting up fruit. I cut up a big bowl of fruit. I did an apple, a pear, I have some grapes. What else can I put in there? A mango and some pineapple. It's in the fridge in a bowl because I'm going to do some Jell-O with fruit in it. Dad has always asked me, will you do some Jell-O with fruit in it? So today I'm going to do that. Because he's like, what are you cutting up fruit for? I'm like, I have a bowl of fruit for breakfast. Oh. So I stuck it in the fridge. I started doing his cauliflower, and then he left. Because he said she was coming about 10, and it's 10. She got here 10:15, so. Hang on one momente. I gotta go, folks. I gotta go to the microwave. This is my microwave steamer. It's a little tiny bit hot. Let's check and make sure we are soft. Oh yeah, we're tender. We're going to put it in a bowl. Well, put it in one of these things. And I'll put some cheese on it, and then I'll do the second and final batch. And he will be happy later tonight. I'm also doing some Brussels sprouts in a few. I'm going to put that in a different container. He was excited when he left. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing your cauliflower and Brussels sprouts. Remember that chocolate cake he bought at Aldi the other day? I was going to have a piece today. He ate the whole dang thing. I never even got a piece of cake. He had the last piece for breakfast because he has to have something with his medicine. So he had cake and pineapple. So that's fine. I have all my fruits and vegetables and stuff. Okay, we only got a couple more to move over. On Wednesday night, I messaged, there's this big Catholic church in South Bend called St. Adalbert's, and every year at Lent they do a fish fry. Well, the last couple years they've only done it drive-through style, because we went in 2020 right before shutdown, like the month before everything stopped. And so on Wednesday, since it was Ash Wednesday, I messaged them going, are you guys having a Lent fish fry this year? I get up Thursday, and I have a message from them going, yeah, tomorrow from 3:30 to 7. I'm like, oh, man. And then I started having a little conversation with my body. I'm like, please be kind to me, because it's that woman time, and it hadn't started yet. And I'm like, be good. And then a few hours later, things happened. But I told Dad, I'm like, my plan is maybe to go tomorrow. That's what I was telling him on Thursday. But we have to see. I'm going to have to make a very last-minute decision. So, 3 o'clock yesterday, I'm like, let's go. So we rolled out, got down there right when they started at 3:30. Father Ryan sat us. I shook Father Ryan's hand, and I'm like, man, you've got a hefty handshake, my friend. He's like, my dad always told me, make your handshake count. But he had a very firm handshake. Very nice guy. And then another guy came and sat with us, and we just chatted with him. It was just the three of us at the table. Nice guy, probably my age, in my age bracket in his 50s, because I know one of his kids is 28. Just talk about all kind of Navy stuff, because he's asking Dad about being in the Navy, because Dad had one of his hats on, and talked about just all kinds of stuff. And then it was his first time going. He said his friend, and he said his name Mark somebody. I said, yeah, we're from Michigan. We wouldn't know who that is. And then Mark stopped by because he was helping. Well, his wife was helping, and he had been helping the previous days because they would give him things to cut up. He's like, I cut up onions, I cut up celery, I cut up little cheese into little cubes. He said, they just told me to cut up stuff, and I would just cut it up. Because the ladies there will make a homemade salads like, what was there? There was just regular salad. Then there was kidney bean salad, a pea salad. I think that's what the cubes of cheese were in. A broccoli salad. Another one or two salads. And then there was cottage cheese. I didn't get any of the salad. I was there for two things. The sweet sour cabbage the little Polish ladies make. And the noodles. And so then you had the salad section. Then you had a couple things of pudding, butterscotch and vanilla, and then bread and butter, and then the noodles and cabbage, and at the end there's a guy serving fish and fries. And I get down there, he goes, would you like any fries? I said, the room those fries would take up is the room I could use for this cabbage and noodles. He goes, I like your way of thinking. I prefer those two over fresh fries. So I ate very little fish, and then I went back and just had more cabbage and noodles. I was very happy. We were talking to that guy, and I go, so what do you do for work? And he starts laughing. And then Mark, the guy, walked over, and then when he left, I said, he goes, well, I work for the utilities company in the town that he lives in, because he lived in a nearby town too. And I said, so did you work with Mark? He said, he goes, well, when Mark retired, he took Mark's position, because Mark's an older guy, and he worked in the wastewater field. And I'm like, well, isn't that funny? I'm a portable toilet person. And he starts laughing. I said, so I know all about the poop talk. And so he was a really nice guy to sit and talk with. Then we came home. I had no stomach issues. It was perfect. I was so happy. Everything went well. So that was nice to get out. And I asked them when we were paying for our tickets to get in, I said, are you guys going to have another one? Because always in the past, they've always had two during Lent. They're like, no, this is our only one this season. I'm like, okay. So I'm glad I decided to go. And then as soon as we got home, Dad he came in, took his medicine, and then left to go play cards. Because that's why I told him, I said, yeah, we're going to get there right at 3:30 so we can eat and get home so you can go play cards and not be late. And that's exactly what happened. Pulled in, he came in 2 seconds out. He goes, I'm out! And off he went. So, yeah. What else is happening? It's going to be a low-key weekend at home. See, today is Saturday. I'm going to be cooking this stuff. I got to put all this back. I got to get these back in the microwave and cook some more. And then I'll probably watch a couple shows. I think I have a couple 2020s. Like, I think I caught up on Dateline. Then I'll have a factor meal, which I'll film at lunchtime. We really like them. They're really good. And I like the morning oats, or whenever you want to eat it, but because I had my first one. See, I got them Wednesday night. I had my first one Thursday morning, and it kept me full all the way until dinner time. I didn't even have a factor for lunch because I wasn't hungry. So, I like them. And the oatmeal is subscription also, and it comes once a month, and you get 16 of them. So, I like that number because it isn't like you have to eat them every day. And I'm going to put one together tonight for tomorrow. Because Dad's like, you forgot to make your oats. I'm like, I did not forget. I purposely did not make it. Anybody doing anything good for the weekend? We got snow last night. Dad's like, I woke up and it was white out. I was surprised. But it's only like that much. It isn't very much. He didn't realize there was going to be snow coming in last night. And then today's only supposed to be in the 30s. And then Tomorrow 40s. And Monday's like 56 but rainy. It's like Mother Nature doesn't quite know what she wants to do. Hang on, I'll put this in the microwave to cook the second batch of cauliflower. Hang on. 6 minutes. Yay. I'm going to make Jell-O to put that fruit in. So that's going to be, after I get done steaming vegetables and cooking those, that'll be my next project. Getting the Jell-O together, put it in the freezer so it'll firm up a little bit, and I'll put in the fruit. And put it in the fridge. He'll be surprised. He has no idea I'm making that. He was just talking, he goes, have we taken Barb to Bailey's? I'm like, no, we haven't. He goes, we're going to have to take her to Bailey's. I'm like, okay, when we get some nice weather, that'll be a plan. I have to find out what day during the week that she can get away, because I will not go to Bailey's on a Saturday. They're closed on Sunday. I would not go there on a Saturday. I'm not a big shopper on the weekend, because it's just crazy. It is crazy out there, people. I'd rather just stay home and be safe. So many car accidents lately. See, this is just a boring sit here at the table talk to you situation. Am I fully awake right yet? Probably not. I've been up for a little while though. My hair is going everywhere. The static electricity, and in the wintertime, I've said it before, it is crazy on my hair. I brushed it in the bathroom a little while ago and it just all shoot. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, I ain't going anywhere. I ain't trying to impress anybody. We're just going to have hair that looks like it was shocked with electricity. Oh, speaking of that, when we just had some parts of our state had an ice storm. We were very lucky. We just missed the ice storm. We were just south enough but north of us and across, got a really bad ice storm on Wednesday when this was happening. One of the firemen, the line went down. A tree went on a line and went down near him, and he got electrocuted, and he died, which is very, very sad. 28 years old, father, husband, freak accident. That electricity, man, that is no joke. So yeah. Then I just found out on Facebook last night, a friend of mine I grew up with, he's a month older than me. He's my age. He has been in and out of the hospital here lately, but he said, when I find out what it is I will tell everybody, but right now just keep me in your prayers. And last night he has, his biopsy came back from his bone marrow, and it's not leukemia, but it's worse than leukemia, and it has a long name, and I can't say it. So, a bunch of doctors in Grand Rapids are going to meet with his doctors. They're going to try to do a plan on what he has to do, because he's been sick so much lately. And he's going to have to go on disability. He's going to perhaps have to have a bone marrow and or stem cell thing. He'll have to go on chemo, and he's got a hard road ahead of him right now. So, little Larry. My mom and my dad, when he grew up, well, and when I was out there at my grandma and grandpa Humphrey's house, his mom and dad lived right next door. His dad was a twin. There's Fred and Ed. And Fred and Ed lived right next door to each other. And Larry's dad and mom, Fred and Roxy. Roxy was so sweet. But he's lost his parents in the last few years. He's lost both of them. And so, he's a good guy. I was going to say he's a good kid, but he's a little bit older than me. So keep him in your thoughts, prayers. He's got to fight. But I'm almost at 15 minutes, so this is your one take. I'm going to actually load it up now, so you're going to see it within an hour or two after this is happening. So that's just a little babble. But I will see you all later. Let me hit the button.